What's up? It's Luke, and Bitcoin is slowly climbing out of the hole. And is this company going to announce a Bitcoin buy strategy tonight at their earnings? More on that after this. Get ready. The largest event of the year is coming to Las Vegas. The Bitcoin Conference 2025 is an event you cannot miss. I attended last year as a student and had a blast connecting with fellow Bitcoiners, learning from workshops, and hearing from the industry leaders in the Bitcoin space. I loved it so much that this year I've partnered up to get you guys a sweet deal. Use my code WINS at checkout or click the link in the description for 10% off your tickets. Thanks again for supporting the channel, and I can't wait to meet many of you there. Again, use code WINS or click the link in the description to secure your spot at the one and only Bitcoin conference. Now, let's get back to the news. Yesterday, Strategy announced their newest buy for 6,911 Bitcoin. This brings their total holdings to over 506,000 Bitcoin. They have over 500,000. They are the first public company to ever do this. And their gap is so large that they now own 2.4% of the entire Bitcoin supply. They need competition. Other companies need to wake up and see what's happening before Strategy establishes a dominance that is unbeatable. And just this week, the White House announced a paper saying that their gold reserve may be used to purchase Bitcoin. They have the power to move over $750 billion into Bitcoin. This will begin the golden age. Now, selling gold to buy Bitcoin has been talked about and proposed by Lummis and Bo Hines, David Sachs, and many more, but now it is officially on paper, so I think the odds of this happening are highly likely. And while this is happening, the US government is restocking the gold in Fort Knox. Over the last few months, there have been large shipments from overseas bringing gold back in to Fort Knox. I wonder why they're doing this. And also this week, the IMF has warned Trump not to add any more Bitcoin to America's reserve, and they are claiming this is due to volatility and stability risks. Now, Trump does not care, and I actually really hope that the IMF keeps reminding Trump how little Bitcoin he's acquired, because Trump will then retaliate and buy as much as possible. And it seems as if the IMF has already folded. Their new rules add Bitcoin and crypto to global money tracking. Max Kaiser is saying that the IMF has just recognized Bitcoin as digital gold. Now, this is a bit of a stretch, but he has closer ties to people in the IMF as he is fighting his own war for El Salvador. He is saying also that sources confirm the IMF is adding Bitcoin to their own reserves and will soon include Bitcoin in their own indexes as well. Now, this might sound crazy, but I give credit to Max Kaiser because he predicted the Saudis buying 3 years before it actually was announced. So if this ends up being true, this is the global singularity. This would be a mass education event, and this would be the suddenly in gradually and then suddenly. So this would be huge if true. Also this week, President Trump's crypto czar, David Sachs, met with the UAE to discuss Bitcoin and crypto. And then one day after that, the UAE committed to a 10-year, $1.4 trillion investment into the United States. So this is a huge win for David Sachs, and I'll bet you that the UAE has been buying or is going to start buying as soon as possible. This is big. But the big news is that if you can remember, about a month ago, the CEO of GameStop posted a picture with Michael Saylor, and Michael Saylor retweeted it. So this already got people thinking that GameStop would invest in Bitcoin. They have about $5 billion of cash on hand, so they would be the perfect company, and their stock and business model is slowly starting to die after the hype from the 2021 mania is slowly diminishing. And just this week, before their earnings, GameStop made a post saying, "We have released a new investor relations website," with a link. And people went to that link where there was information and links talking about news releases, SEC filings, annual and quarterly reporting, and more links about financial information. And it didn't take long for people to recognize a shocking similarity between this new website and Berkshire Hathaway's official website. And there's a lot of the same links here, and it looks almost identical. So people were starting to wonder what was going on here. And it seemed to many that GameStop was definitely going to start getting into the financial sector more than their traditional business model. Now, no one is certain what GameStop is going to do, but whatever they are doing will become clear tonight at their earnings. I have a prediction. I think that they are going to buy Bitcoin, obviously. I think they're going to use some of the 5 billion, or they might have already used some of the 5 billion to make a straight up purchase. But a website like this signals that they are planning to do more than just a single buy. I think they might end up copying the strategy playbook to release bonds and accumulate as much as possible. Now, this would be big because it means that there is someone in the United States that is going to be competing over the very little supply of Bitcoin. Just imagine the supply shock when two big companies are buying all that they can get their hands on. Now, if you want to stay up to date with Bitcoin or strategy, I just ask that you subscribe.